You're sitting quietly for just 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. You close your eyes, take a slow breath, and do absolutely nothing. You might think this tiny pause is meaningless, just a quick rest before diving back into your busy day. But deep inside your body, something extraordinary starts to happen. Cells begin clearing out damaged proteins. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, start resetting. And your brain triggers a chain reaction that mimics the effects of fasting and deep sleep. What you just did, that quiet micro-rest, could be one of the most underrated anti-aging tools we've ignored for decades. Because while everyone talks about fasting, supplements, or cold plunges, the truth is, your body already has a built-in cellular cleanup system that activates during rest. And the secret is, you don't always need long fasts or hours of deep sleep to tap into it. Short, deliberate pauses, even 10 to 15 minutes of real rest, can begin stimulating the same biological pathways that extend lifespan, repair cells, and rejuvenate the brain. Let's uncover how this hidden rest repair circuit works, and how a simple nap or mindful pause can trigger autophagy, the body's natural self-cleaning mode that scientists now call one of the keys to longevity.
The hidden cleanup code. What really happens during autophagy? Before we talk about naps and micro-rests, let's understand the hero behind this process, autophagy. The word comes from Greek, auto meaning self, and phagy meaning eat. So literally, autophagy means self-eating. It's your body's built-in recycling system, where old, broken cell parts are digested and reused to build new healthy ones. Think of it like spring cleaning for your body at the microscopic level. When you fast, sleep deeply, or experience mild stress like exercise, your cells realize they don't have enough new energy coming in, so they start cleaning house. They identify damaged proteins, misfolded structures, and malfunctioning mitochondria, and they eat them. These cellular leftovers are broken down and recycled into fresh material. That's autophagy, a renewal cycle that keeps your body young, resilient, and clean from the inside out. Scientists have found that this process slows dramatically with age. That's why as we get older, damaged proteins accumulate in our tissues, contributing to diseases like Alzheimer's, diabetes, and even cancer. But here's the fascinating part. You don't always need long fasting windows or extreme diets to trigger autophagy. You just need to signal your cells that it's time to switch from growth mode to repair mode. And that signal can come not only from fasting, but from rest. Because when your brain and nervous system drop out of constant alertness, they send a clear message to your cells. Energy intake is low, stress is minimal, it's safe to repair. That's when your inner cleanup crew, the lysosomes and repair proteins, start their work. Autophagy isn't some rare event that happens once in a while. It's happening all the time, at low levels, and you can boost it naturally through lifestyle cues. What's new and exciting is the discovery that short, high-quality rest periods can activate similar molecular pathways, especially through the vagus nerve and mitochondrial signaling. In 2016, Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering the mechanics of autophagy. His work showed that cells aren't passive. They're intelligent, self-regulating systems capable of identifying and digesting their own damaged parts. But what we've learned since then is even more intriguing. The body doesn't just clean itself when you're fasting. It does it when you're deeply relaxed. And that's where micro-rests come in.
1.
how fasting, sleep, and deep rest share the same repair signals. Let's connect the dots. Autophagy, sleep, and fasting might look completely different. One happens when you're awake, one when you're resting, and one when you're not eating. But biologically, they overlap in remarkable ways. When you fast, your insulin levels drop. That drop tells your body, stop focusing on growth and digestion and start conserving and repairing. That same signal, the switch from growth to repair, is triggered when you rest deeply. During quality sleep, your body slows metabolic activity, allowing your cells to enter a maintenance mode. Neurons shrink slightly, giving room for cerebrospinal fluid to flush out toxins and metabolic waste, a process scientists call the glymphatic system. This brain-cleaning effect is partly guided by the same genes and proteins that regulate autophagy, like AMPK, mTOR, and sirtuins. Now here's the twist. Even a short rest, if it's deep enough to lower your brain's alert state, can start this cascade. When you step away from constant stimuli, no screens, no scrolling, just a few minutes of mindful silence, your brain waves shift from beta, active thinking, to alpha and theta states. These are the same frequencies seen in the first stages of sleep and meditation. And that's when your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and repair mode, turns on. Heart rate slows. Cortisol, your stress hormone, drops. Mitochondria sense the calm and reduce energy output, entering what biologists call a maintenance phase, where they focus on repair rather than fuel burning. This is more than just relaxation. It's biology switching from production to protection. Think of it like your car. You can't fix or tune the engine while you're driving at full speed. You have to park it, turn off the ignition, and open the hood. That's exactly what your body does during these micro-rest states. It parks, cools, and starts tuning itself up. Studies from Stanford, Harvard, and the National Institutes of Health have all shown overlapping repair pathways between deep rest, fasting, and meditation. Each triggers changes in cellular redox signaling and protein recycling. Even the activation of sirtuin genes, known to support longevity, has been observed during extended meditative or nap states. So while fasting for 16 hours might strongly trigger autophagy, a 10-minute micro-rest can serve as a lighter version of that switch, still signaling your body to clean up, restore balance, and prepare for the next active phase. And, unlike fasting, rest is available to you anytime, anywhere. No hunger, no willpower battles, just stillness. The trick lies in how you rest, and that's what we'll explore next.
2. The science of microrests, how 10 minutes can reset cellular health. Let's face it, most people think rest equals sleep, or worse, laziness. But true rest is a biological state, not a time duration. And research now shows that even short strategic breaks can trigger deep physiological repair. When you take a micro-rest, say 10 minutes of lying down or sitting quietly, your body shifts into what neuroscientists call the parasympathetic dominance phase. This means your vagus nerve, the main highway between your brain and your organs, starts sending calm and repair signals throughout your body. Heart rate variability increases, indicating that your cardiovascular system is entering a flexible adaptive state. Blood flow to the digestive and immune organs improves, while inflammatory cytokines, the molecules that cause cell stress and aging, start to decrease. But here's the cellular magic. Under low-stress, low-energy conditions, your cells reduce mTOR activity, the same pathway that fasting suppresses to trigger autophagy. When mTOR goes down, AMPK goes up, and that's the enzyme that tells your cells to recycle old components for energy. That's the start of the autophagic process, cleanup mode activated. At the same time, mitochondria enter a state of bioenergetic optimization. They produce fewer reactive oxygen species, the free radicals responsible for oxidative damage,
and begin repairing their own membranes and DNA. This is called mitochondrial biogenesis, the creation of new, healthy mitochondria to replace the old ones. And all of this can start in as little as 10 to 15 minutes of pure, uninterrupted rest. A fascinating study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that even brief relaxation exercises significantly lowered cortisol and increased antioxidant markers in the blood. Another experiment at UC Davis showed that short rest sessions improved mitochondrial efficiency and reduced cellular stress proteins, effects previously thought to require fasting or exercise. This means your body is wired to heal itself far more frequently than we realize, if you simply give it permission. The signal isn't time, it's quality of stillness. If you're wondering what this looks like in real life, think about those moments when your mind drifts during a quiet afternoon, or when you close your eyes and breathe deeply after finishing a long task. Those small windows, those seconds of calm between chaos, are not wasted, they're repair intervals. In that stillness, your cells are recalibrating, your immune system is rebalancing, and your brain is literally flushing toxins. It's nature's micro-reset button, hiding in plain sight. When you string these moments together throughout the day, say 3 or 4 micro-rests lasting 10 to 15 minutes, the cumulative repair effect becomes enormous. It's like giving your body multiple short mini-fasts spread across your day, each one contributing to cellular longevity. Now imagine doing this daily. Your stress hormones stay low, your energy stabilizes, and your cellular cleanup operates consistently, keeping inflammation, aging, and fatigue in check. That's the hidden power of doing nothing on purpose. And yet, this is just the beginning. Now that you understand how short rests can reset your cellular machinery, the next question is, how do we actually harness that process? How do we make these micro-rests more powerful, so they do more than just relax us, but actually activate our body's built-in repair circuits? Because here's the truth. Rest isn't just about lying down or closing your eyes. It's about guiding your nervous system into a very specific state, one that flips the biological switch from energy burn to energy restoration. Let's explore exactly how to do that.
How to activate the body's micro-rest repair circuit. Imagine you're trying to turn on a machine that only runs when the room is completely quiet. That's how your rest repair circuit works. The quieter your inner state becomes, the slower your heart rate, the deeper your breathing, the calmer your mind, the more the circuit lights up. Your parasympathetic nervous system is the control panel for this process. It's regulated largely by your vagus nerve, which runs from your brainstem down through your chest and abdomen, connecting to nearly every major organ. This nerve doesn't just help you rest, it actually controls your inflammation levels, digestion, and even cellular energy balance. When the vagus nerve is activated, inflammation decreases, heart rhythm stabilizes, and mitochondrial activity becomes more efficient. Think of it as flipping a master switch that tells your entire body it's time to heal. The easiest way to activate this system during a micro-rest is through breath. Your breath is like a remote control for your nervous system, and you can use it consciously. Here's how. 1. Sit or lie down somewhere quiet. 2. Close your eyes and inhale gently through your nose for 4 seconds. 3. Hold that breath for 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. That long exhale is key. It directly stimulates the vagus nerve and lowers your heart rate. Within a minute or 2, your body starts producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter linked to calm and repair. At the same time, cortisol and adrenaline, your fight-or-flight hormones, begin to drop. Once you've entered this calm state, your body starts reducing mTOR activity, which, as you learned earlier, signals your cells to begin autophagy, the cleaning and recycling process. This is the exact same cascade seen in fasting, but without the hunger or calorie deprivation.
Researchers at the University of Wisconsin found that people practicing short daily relaxation sessions showed the same cellular response patterns as those seen in early fasting studies, including improved mitochondrial turnover and increased antioxidant enzyme production. Now here's the bonus. If you rest during daylight hours, particularly in the early afternoon, your body naturally synchronizes this repair with its circadian rhythm. This means your rest doesn't disrupt nighttime sleep, it enhances it. That's why short power naps between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. can have such profound effects on energy and aging. Your body is wired to dip in alertness during this period, a built-in biological siesta. By leaning into it instead of fighting it with caffeine or sugar, you allow your cells to do what they've evolved to do: reset and repair. So a 15-minute mindful rest or nap during that window isn't laziness. It's one of the most efficient ways to trigger cellular rejuvenation. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. This rest-triggered autophagy doesn't just help your cells, it helps your brain.
4. Brain regeneration, mood, and skin. The visible benefits of micro-rest. When we talk about anti-aging, most people think of wrinkles, energy levels, or muscles. But aging starts in the brain. When your neurons are overworked and under-rested, everything downstream begins to decline. Hormones, mood, sleep quality, even collagen production. That's why scientists now say that neural rest may be the true foundation of longevity. During short naps or deep micro-rest, your brain enters what's called theta wave dominance, a slow, dreamlike state where memory consolidation, creativity, and cellular cleanup occur. In this state, your glymphatic system, the brain's internal plumbing, becomes active. It flushes out metabolic waste like beta-amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. At the same time, glial cells, the caretakers of the brain, repair myelin sheaths and restore neuron connections. It's like giving your brain a tune-up in the middle of the day. In one study from the Journal of Neuroscience, researchers found that people who took short naps performed up to 40% better on memory and learning tasks and had significantly lower stress markers. That's because their brains had time to clean house. But the benefits don't stop there. When your brain calms down, it sends hormonal signals throughout your body, reducing inflammation, balancing cortisol, and boosting serotonin and dopamine. These are your feel-good chemicals, and they have direct anti-aging effects. Serotonin supports collagen production and skin elasticity. Lower cortisol reduces the breakdown of connective tissue, which means fewer wrinkles and more vibrant skin. Even your gut benefits, since the vagus nerve also communicates with your digestive system, improving nutrient absorption and microbiome balance. So those quiet 15 minutes aren't just improving how you feel, they're reshaping how you look. In a long-term observational study, participants who practiced structured daily naps or meditative rests showed slower biological aging markers, including lower levels of oxidative stress and longer telomeres, the caps on chromosomes that shorten with age. That means this habit may not just make you feel younger, it might literally keep your DNA younger. And here's something every senior should know. As we age, our bodies lose the ability to activate deep sleep as easily. That's one reason older adults often wake up tired even after 8 hours in bed. Micro-rests can help bridge that gap, offering short bursts of deep rest throughout the day, compensating for reduced nighttime repair. It's like spreading your recovery into small, digestible doses instead of trying to do it all at once. This approach keeps energy stable, improves joint comfort, and maintains mental clarity, especially crucial after 60 when circadian rhythms begin to flatten. So instead of seeing naps as indulgent, think of them as strategic medicine, a longevity practice as vital as nutrition and exercise.
The 15-minute youth code. Rest is the new repair. We live in a world obsessed with doing more. More productivity, more movement, more supplements, more biohacks. But longevity isn't just about adding more. It's about doing less, more intelligently. You can take every supplement, follow the perfect diet, and exercise regularly. But if your cells never get time to repair, the results will always fall short. Because true anti-aging doesn't come from what you consume, it comes from what your body is allowed to restore. That's the paradox of modern health. We chase vitality through effort, but biology gives it to us through stillness. Every time you pause for 10 to 15 minutes, whether it's a nap, a quiet breath, or a mindful reset, you are literally turning on your body's hidden longevity switch. You're triggering autophagy, balancing hormones, repairing mitochondria, and refreshing your brain's circuits. You're giving your cells permission to heal. And when you combine this with healthy nutrition, especially when you cut down on sugar, which constantly stresses your mitochondria, the results multiply. You create a rhythm of rest and repair, just like nature intended. So the next time you feel guilty for closing your eyes in the middle of the day, remember, you're not wasting time, you're extending it. That 15-minute rest could be the most powerful investment you make in your health, your clarity, and your youth. Because aging gracefully isn't about fighting time, it's about giving time back to your body. And sometimes the best way to do that is simply to do nothing at all.